What's up, world? What's up, internet? I'm Deanna Jean Pierce, and this is my That Vegetarian Princess Instagram account. I'm also going to upload this video to my YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to talk about a really sick practice that factory farms use. Factory farming in this day and age is extremely sick, disturbing, and satanic. Okay? So, one of the things that's really disturbing about it is it's common practice in factory farms to use what is called, um, well, on Google it says it's called like a Judas goat or a Judas steer. This is the AI overview on Google. Named after the biblical figure Judas Iscariot, these animals were trained to coax herds through chutes and up ramps and stockyards and slaughterhouses while their own lives were spared. Um, so slaughterhouses use like a Judas cow, for example. And what they do is they get one cow. This is so fucking disturbing. I can't even handle this. This is so fucked up. They'll get one cow they'll train it to be really happy and trustworthy and earn the trust of all the other cows. And then, so all the other cows will follow, this trusted Judas cow. And then they end up in the slaughter line. And so, because animals are smart and they're sensitive, a lot of times it's really hard to get a cow or a pig into where they are about to be slaughtered. And so factory farms have to come up with tricks and ways to get more animals to be slaughtered because they have a quota to meet. And so they will have a trusted animal, like all happy and carefree and like, yeah, we're gonna go this way, guys. And then they end up being slaughtered. You can actually look up videos of this if you want to see it. This is one of the many deeply disturbing things that factory farms do in order to meet their quota, because the demand for meat and dairy is so high on the planet. Now, if we can bring the global demand for meat and dairy down, then factory farms would feel less pressure and they wouldn't have to resort to such barbaric and evil and cruel means of production. And so what I encourage you to do if you're watching this is to go vegan, go vegetarian, do meatless Mondays, have less meat and dairy in your diet. We are severely imbalancing the planet with factory farming, and because the demand for meat and dairy is so unbelievably high, and factory farms are just racing to meet the demands, we are severely abusing animals in the process. And so remember that you are what you eat, and everything is energy. And so when you eat meat, you're eating that consciousness of animals being traumatized, sick, malnourished, in really bad conditions, their fear, their trauma, and even the duping energy is going to be in there. When you eat meat from factory farms, you're taking on the energy and consciousness of factory farming. And so animals are being tricked by their own fellow animals. Imagine being the animal. Imagine being the animal who is having to convince the other animals that it's safe and then lead them to slaughter. Just imagine that whole sick, warped consciousness. So, if you're watching this, please do your research about factory farming. Unbelievably, but at the same time, it's not that unbelievable. The First Unitarian Society in Madison that Dan and I go to next week has a sermon about ethical eating. They are extremely progressive and with the times. And I really appreciate that about them. So, thanks for watching, and if you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe.